want great ceremonies illuminating gray sulk of olive branches and junk piles, where as a child I threw volcanic stones at abandoned engines to witness the resonance echo against the saffron foothills in autumn, and how the swallowtails fled their mud nests and swarmed with the bats in dusk, where in the shelter of lemon trees we discovered sins and we made promises no sentient beings could keep. I want still shots of these merciless streets that boot stomp homeboys in honky-tonk alleys. I want panoramas of flamenco red whirling in an empty room with a dark-skinned Mexican healer woman, swooning men with hips like cliffs without end. I want ballads and nursery rhymes and the morning breath of newborns washed over my skin. I want these fields on fire. Once the last fruit has been plucked, can the workers have moved on to the calling crops beyond? And then carry my body to the gnarled plum trees, the plum trees that are uprooted, and the walnut trees shooken by vast trembling monsters, where ethanol and torches await, where the roosters caw and the roosters cluck at the landscape, billowing smoke from the weeping smudge stacks in the morning dawn, and gather up the loose vines, and gather up the sweetest raisins, and gather jackrabbit and opossum, and summon the gardeners, and the long-haired lowriders, and the pierced-tongued punks, and then call on the construction workers, tell them to bring their hammers and nail guns. There's work to be done here in the valley. Call the prisons. Tell them one of their own has flown these bars. Let the truckers ride the hammer lane home. I want sacrifices of swine and bull, stark naked testimonies of hard and holy life. And the infant mind, I want it bared before this village. Expressions of woeful hearts betrayed, innocence dropped in round, sloppy sobs, begging lungfuls of forgiveness. And then I want vows taken to plunge the frightful depths of the unknown, never cease for fear of this laughable horizon. Wind horses thundering the valley floor, everyone and everything, drunk, but divine drunk, stuttering the narrow present. When I die. Thank you.
All I want is a chicanita, the low-rider limousine. All I want is a sabrosita, what you know what I mean. All I want is a bonita, long black dress. All I want is a mamacita, baby, you can guess the rest. Chicanita, long, long hair. All I want is a mamacita, baby, don't you make me beg. All I want is a churrita, long brown eyes. All I want is a mamacita, baby, won't you stay a while, yeah. mano.